Let's go to Rick in Fresno, California. Hi, Rick.
Hi, how you doing, Hank? Thanks for taking my call.
Pleasure.
I've got a question for you. I have a good friend of mine who's, I'd say, a relatively recent believer. He got saved about a little under 2 years ago, and we were talking the other day, and he's really interested in trying to get a Bible study together with me and a couple other guys, and doing an online Bible study of Max Lucado material. So I just wanted to ask you if there was anything I should be concerned about in terms of Max Lucado's doctrine or teaching.
No, Max is right on when it comes to the essentials of the historic Christian faith. And as I say so often on the Bible Answer Man broadcast, in essentials, unity, non-essentials, liberty, and in all things, charity. The other thing I would say is that having known Max over the years, I can say from my own personal experience with him that he's the absolute real deal. And so I love him as a person. Obviously, I have theological differences with him, but they are on secondary issues. And as a person, he is the quintessential example of what it means to be a follower of Christ.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate that input because I was doing a little research online, and you get onto some of these websites, and I got onto one that was pretty negative, saying that Max Lucado was too ecumenical, but not in a good way.
Well, yeah, and I think this is the thing that has to be debated properly, because the ecumenical movement can be perceived in a bad way and in a good way. So unity for the sake of unity is oftentimes keeping the shell and throwing away the kernel. But unity for the sake of truth is precisely the right way of being ecumenical. And the one thing I have seen firsthand with Max is that he is very, very open to reason and discussion. He's also, by the way, a brilliant author. He has written nearly 100 books with over 130 million copies in print, which for all of us as authors is quite an incredible bar to achieve. And again, having known him personally, I remember watching the Super Bowl with he and his family one year. He's just an absolute example of what it means to be a follower of Christ in terms of character and as I mentioned, in terms of his writing competency.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I appreciate that then, because this friend of mine, I just want to make sure he's going the right way, and I didn't want to get involved. I didn't want him to get involved, and I didn't want to get involved with something that I, had any questions about. So I really appreciate you clearing that up for me.
You got it. I don't know exactly what Max is doing right now with his church. I remember speaking at his church many, many years ago, and I think he still has a limited ministry role at the church. It used to be called Oak Hills Church of Christ, and then it's changed its name to Oak Hills Church. And again, I don't know much more about it as I'm sitting here in the studio, but they felt it didn't really fit the mold of the Church of Christ with respect to musical instruments and some other things. But again, I do not remember all the details. It's been quite a while since I've been there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, your information is real helpful to me. I really appreciate it.
You got it, Rick. Thank you so much for your call.